Welcome back. Very good morning. My name is Alok Shrivastava, and we are going to do a very interesting thing and new things. Of course, we are not going to do Python as you can see it on the screen. So we will be doing or creating the VMs. I've got a lot of VMs. So let's me give you a surprise. Let's create a new VM. So we are going to do installation of RHEL 8. So just next, do forward here, change it. You know all this stuff. Choose RHEL 8 from this menu, click on next, give it a name. Your VM should be getting a name, so I give RHEL 8 server, which will be good for me. I store it in a different drive with the folder VMS. Let it go. Hard disk, let us give around 30-35 GB will be good enough for us. Yeah, customize it if you wish. Let me move it slightly up. Couple of things you need to change is the processor. So I've got a Xeon processor running, so I give it 2. RAM, so I've got 32 GB of RAM in my machine on this workstation, so I think 4 GB approximately will be good enough for this machine. Then choose the LAN as the host only. We are not going to do any communication from the outside world. And the CD-ROM, most important part, select your ISO, browse it. I already have the RHEL 8 ISO with me. Just I have selected this and I can simply click on close. That's great. If you want to do a review like I have got the RHEL 8. I'm going to install and show it to you with all these configurations. Click on finish, job will be done. So you will be getting a new RHEL 8 server VM here. Remove the Python, don't need it. Start the RHEL 8. Wow, that's it. Now this is the first screen. I don't see any difference here with comparison to RHEL 7. It's all same here, same menus coming up here. Let's just deep dive into what is in troubleshooting. Click it here. We can check it out. All these options are same. Let's check it out. What is there? So I can just move in. So here it is. You can install it in your base graphic mode, check your memory, or any point of time you can return to the main menu. So that is the same options here. So I will be clicking obviously on the install Red Hat Enterprise Linux 8 and will be talking a bit about the comparisons or the changes which the Red Hat have done in RHEL 8. So let's move forward. Right, so if we click here and move forward, as said earlier, so it's good to see RHEL 8 in the market. Things are changing a lot, moving on to automation. So it's the same screen as we used to see in RHEL 7, checking on the hardware, checking on the major components. Okay, let it go ahead, move it. We might need to wait a bit. Right, the installer is starting again. Perfect. I don't see any changes still here. Anaconda is the same, the installer which we have in RHEL 7. The UI is what I'm expecting. It must have changed. And moving on to, okay, that's the first screen. Welcome to RHEL Hat Enterprise Linux 7. Oh, sorry, 8, hangover of 7. And the logo has changed. You can click on continue. Yes, obviously. Different language options are coming up and we are more comfortable with the English. I'm not comfortable with any other language, so just click on here and the logo on the the left hand side top. Initially I was not liking it when they have changed the logo, but now I think I like it. Right, options have changed a bit, the UI has changed, the keyboard layout, the software installation, the selection. Oh yeah, by default they are coming up with server with GUI. If you remember guys, in RHEL 7 it was basic server. Okay, let's move on and change our time zone. Click done. Perfect. So I like this that they have changed it to server with GUI. That is one part I like. Installation part. Okay, I've got this 35 GB of my hard disk. Obviously at any point of time we can choose custom. So there they have changed manual partitions to custom. Rest all the things are same. Click on done. Oh, same screen, nothing new here. RHEL 8 standard partitions. I'll be creating a boot and a root, that's all. So I click plus, just choose a boot. 1 GB will be good enough, I suppose. Yeah, and mount it, explaining you a bit about or a lot about how these new naming convention is, but not right now. Let's just install it and feel it all the way. So let's create one more partition, click on plus, root will be good for me, and say 30 GB or not 10, I think 30, I'm thinking 30. My mind is not syncing with my hands. 30, yeah, 30 GB. Right, okay, you have to click G or press G, Alok, thank you very much. That's perfect. So I've got 4 GB left, let it go ahead with swap. So I say 4G, 4G, that's good for me. Move on further, again the simple warning as we used to have in RHEL 7. I'm not going in details of this device naming convention right now, but believe me and I promise I'll be coming back on that, but not right now. Let's focus on the things which are relevant for us. Just have a feel of RHEL 8, that's all. So this is the normal warning which they are giving me. I'm okay with it. Move further. I can move further. That's good. Accept the changes. Wow, that's good. The logo RHEL 8. What I need to do more? I need to check the IPs and the host name. That is a new thing, or the same thing which we have to do. A couple of new things you might be seeing here, like security policy and system purpose. Just ignore it for now. Don't do it for now. We'll be more going on to the network part and the host naming convention. The software selection is coming onto the screen. So the UI they have changed, which I like it, and the new logo, obviously, as I have told you initially I was not liking it, but perfect. Things changes, life goes on. Network, perfect. Click change your host name, give it any meaningful name like server.example.com or whatever name you wish to have in your mind. Feel free to give, make sure you are giving FQDN, fully qualified domain name. Click on configure IPv4. Oh, okay, I'll be doing it again. So this is your naming convention, like the same is going on there. So by default it is not connected, so I will obviously have to choose configure and give it a manual IP addressing. So it is up to you whether you want to go for the dynamic IPs if you have got a DSCP in your environment, or you can go ahead with a manual configuration. It's solely up to you. So click here, go to IPv4 manual Neuer, the German goalkeeper. No, it's manual, not manual Neuer. Perfect. Move ahead. Obviously I have to activate it. No rocket science here. Very simple stuff, guys. Elementary. Right. Once this is done, click on begin installation and enjoy your cup of tea. This is what we can do right now. So rest all the things are good. I'm good with that. New logo, UI. Perfect. We can move forward and proceed with the things. So it might take some time depending upon how much packages or the things that you have chosen. So it won't take much in my case. Let's move further. Right, so this is good. User, root, password, same stuff, only the things if the placement is changed. I'm giving the Red Hat as the password. Creating a user with my name. I hope you won't mind it. Red Hat. Perfect. Click. That's it. So now it will take time. So we can either wait for some time, or I can just pause the video here, and once it is finished I'll come back and we will continue from where we have left with a new logo of Red Hat. I'm pausing it for now. So after a while this is done, we can safely click on reboot the machine. All done. That's good. So far so good. So we can click on reboot and move further and see how it feels. What are the looks and feels of the new Red Hat Enterprise Linux 8. So safely click on reboot and move further. Rest of the things are same. No worries till here. And I'm expecting a couple of changes in the dashboard, more or less like Ubuntu kind of stuff. So let's see if we can click on reboot here. Yeah, press. Yes, hello. Yes, don't worry. Press. It won't go. It won't blast. Press it. Please press it. Yeah, do it. It's safe. Hello. It's safe. Come on. Do it. Don't worry. Trust me. Trust me. Why you are thinking so much? It's not a nuclear bomb. It won't go away. Yeah, please. Yeah, safe. Yeah, that's good. Take a deep breath. Wow, this is good. Let's see. Start it again. Same stuff. Starting with this kernel 4.10 with new RHEL 8. Click. Use the first option. Let the machine boot. That's good. Let it boot now. It will take some time to come up. Yeah, I'm happy that my cursor is back. And then, wow, this is license agreement EULA. As usual, we will never read it. We'll just accept it and click on done. Perfect. We are so smart. Subscription manager, no need. We are just using it for the education. So there is a slight issue with my resolution stuff. So click on the finish configuration at the bottom. Left, right. Let the machine boots. Wow, that's great. Red Hat with a new Red Hat logo. I'm loving this logo somehow. Okay, fine. Give the password. Right, so giving the password, and honestly I'm doing a voiceover. Oh, so you might feel some awkward things. Okay, ignore it. Off the privacy. I'm a very private person. I don't want someone to stalk me. Same stuff. Close it. Wow, RHEL 8 Infinity logo or DevOps logo or RHEL 8 logo seems good. Red Hat Enterprise Linux 7 coming on your right hand side bottom. 8. I like this background. Okay, fine, good, perfect. Let's explore it. So it's your background activities, your simple stuff, your Wi-Fi, your wired LAN card. It's connected. Good enough. Very good. You can get your connectivity logo here. You can log off, log on. Things are same till here. Okay, date, time, sync. Click. Oh yeah, this is Ubuntu. Okay, same show application. It's good to see something new. It's good to see it. And this is good. Click here, write the things. I feel more like at home with Ubuntu. So all the application installed, application things are good. It's good to move ahead. Your browser coming up here, utilities, all the things. Your system monitor. Wow, my trusted friend system monitor, you are here. I love to see you. So we can just click on the terminal as usual. Our life will be black and white always. Same stuffs are coming up here. The commands will be same and everything will be same. So this is good. This is good. All the things will be there. But yes, they have done a lot of changes in the package management thing. They have done a lot of changes in the partitions, how to do the partition. The fdisk commands is no more being means recommended. So they are more focusing on the parted one, and the package manager also they have changed a bit. The device naming convention, as we have seen, it's changed. So we'll be learning one step at a time and doing a lot of stuff. So things are same here at C Red Hat release. So I should be getting Red Hat Enterprise Linux release 8.0. Wow, it's gone. So kernel, we can check some basic stuff. So you are more expert in these things as compared to me. You are champion, guys. So just explore it, install it, and I will be definitely coming back with some new things which I have seen or which I will discover. This is your software part component. So it's more like Synaptics and the Ubuntu package manager. If you have seen, worked on Ubuntu, it's good. I'm not connected to any network, so I will be getting these messages right on the screen for some warnings or errors. So it's like your Ubuntu package manager. Check some additional packages, all packages, installed packages. That's good. I'm okay with it. I don't mind. It's not something they have changed drastically here as far as the UI, but yes, they have improved the UI a lot, which I agree 100%. Yes. So I'll just stop it here for it. We'll ask you to do the things with you and yourself, and then I'll come back with some new things. Bye bye. Take care. Godspeed.